Hello, my name is Jason Lowry.
And I'm Mark Tody.
And this is the Parkland Podcast.
Back for another week.
It's the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. It's the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. They got plenty to say. They got plenty of heart. On the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. It's the Parkland Podcast. Yeah, the Parkland Podcast. It's the Parkland Podcast. Yeah, the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. Jason and Mark.
Episode 39 to be precise. And again, we cannot thank you enough for supporting our podcast, for getting on our social medias, for liking, for downloading, for subscribing. All the things that you do, we appreciate you. Great episode coming up. We're going to start to get into the Park Hills mayoral race, and Stacey Easter, the current mayor, will be our guest on this episode. And then we're going to take a look at what's happening in the city of Desloge on the ballot. The Desloge Chamber of Commerce asked us to come and film their candidate forum this past week, and we will have that for you coming up in the podcast as well. This podcast episode is brought to you by Parkland Pharmacy, Discover Farmington, Subway, Eat Fresh, Save a Lot of the Parkland, Heimberger Construction, and Booz & Bark Carpet. And I know you got your election preview of the things that you'll be voting on in the city of Farmington. The Farmington Regional Chamber of Commerce had a big event this past Thursday night where they had all the candidates, and you and Candy were the masters of ceremonies. And I know BKTV was there, Michael
Yes.
Whitaker, to record. So that's up on YouTube if you want to check that out. But I think candidates did a good job, and everybody was very nice and informative.
For the most part, yes, I was especially impressed with our two mayoral candidates. I thought they both presented themselves very, very well, and I thought Dr. Kyle Gibbs did a nice job of explaining the needs of the district with the bond issue and the levy.
Yeah, so that was all covered. Also, the alderman race, those two candidates were there as well. So check that out on YouTube. And then, of course, we have our election night coverage. That's coming up on April the 8th. We'll be there at Election Central hanging out, giving you the returns. And very excited to see how that goes because, as you mentioned, great candidates in these mayoral races around the area. And we're going to be the first ones to tell you who won.
Now, we mentioned Stacey Easter will be with us on this episode of the podcast. Just so everybody knows, we have offered equal time to the other candidates. They have yet to get back to us. So we are doing our due diligence on there. We have offered them time on the podcast as well. We are waiting for them.
Yeah, so there you go. Hopefully they'll be joining us at a future podcast interview. So that'll be really cool. What'd you do this week? I hit one of your highlights. What else happened?
Oh, it was great. The Thursday night was the candidates forum, but Wednesday night we had a fish fry at my church and then a church service. I actually cooked the fish.
You did?
For a short period of time. It was my first time ever dropping the fish in the vat, taking them out, hush puppies, French fries, and it turned out really, really well. Big shout out to Steve Thomas at St. Paul Lutheran Church. He provided the fish and some of the goodies that we had, raised some money for the youth group, and I had a real good time at the fish fry, so it was awesome.
Wow. Well, I had a great time on Tuesday going to the SEMO Science Fair. My son and a large cluster of St. Joe students participating in that event every year, and they did really well. We'll talk about that in news. Jonas got his project approved to go to All-State.
Good job by Jonas, and
yeah.
Good job by the folks at Parkland Health Center. I want to give them a shout out. This past Saturday, I think it was the first, they had their big gala for the foundation, raised over $100,000.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that
fantastic.
was nice. Good to be a part of that.
Yeah, very, very cool. Did that. Basketball is rolling on. We'll check that in sports. We got some teams
Still playing.
Your St. Paul Lady Giants had their first 20-win season in
First
school
district
history
title
and first
in
district
school
title.
history.
So they had a good season that unfortunately came to an end in the playoffs.
A couple of the state champions and wrestlers.
Oh yeah. So that was great too. So lots coming up in sports as well. Got some music trivia for us?
Got some trivia as a whole. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What country is Michael Bublé from?
Oh my. Is he Jamaican?
No.
No.
One more guess.
Ireland.
You're getting cold.
Oh.
Canada.
Oh, well, that's I should have went there first.
All right. Next. This Beatles classic tune got its name from a Salvation Army children's home close to John Lennon's house.
Ooh. Eleanor Rigby?
Eleanor Rigby is a good guess, but it's Strawberry Fields Forever.
Oh, I should have known that.
All right. I'm going to give you the lyrics. You tell me the name of the song.
Okay.
I've got a girl named Sue. She knows just what to do. And she rocks to the east. She rocks to the west. But she's the girl that I love best.
Is that Tutti Frutti?
It is!
Oh, Rudy?
Tutti Frutti.
Little Richardo?
All Rudy by Little Richard. And finally, the song American Pie was turned into a dance song by this artist.
Oh, Madonna.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Madonna covered that.
Very good.
It was
Very-
awful.
Oh, one more.
Okay.
One more. Weird Al Yankovic. You should know this one.
I should.
The saga begins as a Star Wars parody done to the tune of
American Pie.
American Pie.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
When I
good.
went to see, I guess it was probably episode 7 of the Star Wars series. Somebody stood up in the front of the Farmington movie theater
Started singing it.
and said, "Hey, everybody, let's all sing together." And it didn't work out.
And just because I looked it up this morning and I was so curious, just take a wild guess. How many area codes are there in the United States?
Oh, boy. That's a great question. In fact, I was explaining area codes to my kids the other day on the way to school. Golly. I'm going to say there are 850.
I see you're not even close, and I was even worse off, 335.
Really?
I
Oh,
thought
so
there'd
there's
be
less.
I thought there'd be a lot more.
Wow. Because I remember hearing that we were going to run out of numbers soon. But that tells me we still have over half
That may be
to
the
go.
prefix numbers. That may be the prefix numbers. I don't know.
Still. Well, I guess you probably can't do 0, 0.
No, and you'll never see a 555 area code.
Right.
They do that so they could use it in TV
Yeah.
and entertainment.
And then obviously 911 is
211, 860.
You won't have those as area codes either. So but still, it just always seems to me like if that's
You
the
think
case,
there'd be more, especially
Yeah.
California, Texas, big
Right.
states like that. But nope, I Googled it, so
Huh.
it's got to be true. It's on the internet.
that's right. If it's on the internet, it is totally true. Do you have a totally awesome radio story?
Well, I don't know how awesome this is because the well is running dry, but we wished a happy birthday last week to my buddy Paul Ladwig. Paul Ladwig and I went to high school together. We had the same job at Villa de Chêne High School, working at an all-girls high school, which was hard to be a janitor at an all-girls high school when you're constantly wiping the drool off your chin. But
And
anyway,
you were 18 when that's like your first job at a high school, right?
no, this was like 2 years ago. No, yeah, yes, it was right after high school. I was in my teens, but anyway. Where was I going? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Paul went to Broadcast Center,
Yes, Broadcast Center.
and
you
I
have to
joined the
enunciate.
Navy. When I got out of the Navy, I went to Broadcast Center, and Paul and I kept up at the time. And he was already in North Carolina working at a big television station.
Ooh.
He went on to teach journalism at a big college in Ohio, and now he's making a ton of money out in California doing real estate things. He's done very well for himself. But anyway, after about a year there or so, we were talking. He goes, "Send me an audition tape, man. We're going to get you up into the big time." And I said, "All right." So I made up my very best audition tape, sent it off to Paul. Didn't hear from him for 20 years. Apparently, it wasn't that good.
Did he ever get it?
Well, he never got back to
He
me
never
on
got
that.
back to you on
So
that.
apparently I did not impress Paul Edwin very much. But Paul,
well.
happy birthday to you from this past week, buddy. I'm glad you're doing great.
Awesome. There you go. That is a totally awesome radio story. Subway, eat fresh. We always eat as fresh as we can when we eat at Subway in Desloge, Park Hills, and Farmington. And Mark, a brand new item coming to the menu very, very soon.
Yeah, check this out. It'll be available in April. Foot-long nachos. I know I was talking to Mike this past Friday, and the girls, by the way, hello, Heather. Hello,
Hi.
Jessica. Hello, Brianna. You girls are wonderful. Mike and Jake, you're all right, too. No,
Yeah,
just
pretty good,
kidding. Yeah. You'll do in a pinch. No, they are wonderful people. Great customer service. These are coming out in April. But something else that I noticed when I was in there this past time, they, by the way, love the soups at Subway, but they have a $6.99 meal of the day. I didn't realize that.
Every day of the week.
Yeah, that is a very cool thing. And they also have some ways you can make it a combo with cookies and drinks. Don't forget about their foot-long dippers. They also have a foot-long cookie now.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the only thing better than a cookie is a foot-long cookie. I'll tell you what, you can eat fresh and you can eat well and not pay a whole lot and get great customer service at Subway.
The wife and I ate there one of our many snow days a couple of weeks ago, and it was just fantastic. And the food was fresh, and the service was even better. They're like, "Do you know who this is? This is Jason Lowry from the Parkland podcast." But then they do that for everybody. They make everybody feel like Mark Toady when they walk in to your local Subway. They're located in Farmington, Park Hills, and Desloge. Subway, eat fresh. Heimberger Construction, HeimbergerConstruction.com. They have been building beautiful buildings in our area since 1978, Mark Toady, and they have those Butler buildings.
The Butler buildings are the best metal building system on the market, and the only buildings that have a pre-punched roof system and standard 360-degree roof seam for their standing seam roof. Jennifer Heimberger, who runs Heimberger Construction, does a fabulous job, and she really cares about the area. She gets involved in a whole lot of things in the community. I know she's supporting a Little League baseball team. That's one of her current things, which is just really awesome. So Jennifer, she's been to a couple of Kansas City Chiefs football games, which makes me really jealous.
Yeah, and I feel really bad for her. I hope she's gotten over the loss.
She's still a little bitter, but aren't we all?
Exactly. Anyways, HeimbergerConstruction.com. Check out the beautiful work they've done, not only around the Parkland, but around the region. HeimbergerConstruction.com, 431-4387. This is your news on the Parkland podcast. Property taxes will be on the rise for St. Francis County residents. The Missouri State Tax Commission has let St. Francis County Assessor Eric Dugal know that his office will have to reassess property values. The commission calls for around a 15% increase. Reassessment is the process of revaluing all property and bringing it in line with current market value. The commission calls for reassessments every 2 years.
Missouri State Senator Mike Henderson of Desloge and his cell phone ban in schools bill has passed the Missouri Senate. Henderson's bill calls for school districts to adopt a policy prohibiting cell phone use during school hours, with exceptions for emergencies, instructional purposes, or when authorized under federal law. The bill's now in the hands of the Missouri House.
First weekend of March was a busy one for the St. Francis County Sheriff's Department. Deputies were dispatched to an animal abuse complaint in the Doe Run area, where they discovered several dogs in an abandoned and neglected state. With the help of the Farmington Animal Control Officer and the Humane Society of St. Louis, 5 dogs were examined and, for their safety and well-being, taken into protective custody. Also, a forced entry burglary happened at an unoccupied residence in southwest St. Francis County. Deputies reviewed video camera footage and recognized the suspect. They were later able to apprehend him because he was wearing the same clothing as seen in the footage. And again, this all according to the St. Francis County Sheriff's Facebook page.
Speaking of the Sheriff's Department, they have released their call numbers for the month of February. The department took 1,427 calls including 177 traffic stops and 73 accidents.
Highway 221 in St. Francis County reduced to one lane all this week as construction crews perform bridge maintenance over the St. Francis River. This section of the roadway is located between 3rd Street and St. Francis Hill Drive, right outside of Farmington.
City Hall in Fredericktown is back open after smells forced the facility to close earlier this week. According to their Facebook page, Fredericktown City Hall was closed this past Monday due to a skunk invasion.
St. Joseph Catholic School collected multiple winning entries in this year's SEMO Science Fair in Cape Girardeau this past week. Paige Karen won the Best in Category in Plant and Animal Science. Maisie Bach received Best in Category in Biomedical, Biochemistry, and Microbiology. Luke Maloney won Best Overall in Earth and Environmental Sciences. Lucas Burke-Bigler took home Best Overall in Embedded Systems, Engineering, Technology, and Robotics. And his older brother, Trey Burke-Bigler, won Best Overall in Physics and Astronomy. Maisie Bach, Harrison J. Cox, Jonas Lowry, and Sophie McMunn all earned highly superior ratings and will take their projects to the State Science Fair on April 11th in Warrensburg.
Well, some Parkland residents woke up to dirty vehicles this past Friday. Apparently, dust storm remnants from New Mexico and Texas made their way into the atmosphere and fell as muddy, light precipitation all over the Show Me State.
Spring cleanup set for the first week of April in the city of Farmington. They'll do Ward 1 on Monday the 7th. Tuesday is Ward 2, Wednesday Ward 3, and Thursday Ward 4.
And congratulations to Road and Bridge Superintendent Clay Copeland. The longtime St. Francis County Road and Bridge Superintendent has announced his retirement.
And congratulations to you, Mr. Copeland. And those are your news stories right here on the Parkland Podcast. I love Save a Lot at the Parkland. In fact, I believe every Saturday when we record the Parkland Podcast, I get a text from Save a Lot during the show, and you can sign up for those text alerts. There's a super sale going on, and you can take advantage of that at all of your Save a Lot locations in the Parkland, Bonne Terre, DeSoto, Potosi, Park Hills, and Farmington.
Yeah, I may have to stop by for that. It's a 99 cents produce super sale, but it's by the time you see this, it'll be gone. So you need to sign up for these specials. That's the thing. Sign up for these specials when you stop in at your local Save a Lot store so you can be aware when this exactly happens. And stop by, man. The store is clean. The people are awesome to deal with. The butchers cut the meat fresh every day. And you feel like you're shopping in your own hometown supermarket.
I went there a couple weeks ago, and they, the 5 for $24.99. That day it was 6 for $24.99. So I got like extra meat.
Steal.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the kind of specials you could see every day. But again, sign up for those text alerts, and you can do that by hopping on their Facebook page. Save a Lot of the Lead Belts. They'll walk you through that, or the next time you're in the store, you can take care of that as well. Save a Lots at the Parkland, Bonne Terre, DeSoto, Potosi, Park Hills, and Farmington. Parkland Pharmacy, local pharmacy at its finest. Desloge, Farmington, Fredericktown, Ironton, Piedmont, Greenville, customer service. They know how to help you navigate the challenging world of medicine and healthcare. And boy, they just do such a great job.
They are wonderful people to deal with. I know when I go in there to get my prescriptions filled, I'm always greeted by a smile, whether it's Julie, whether it's Carrie, whether it's Ruthie. It doesn't really say, I know them all by name.
You do.
They're just so fun to deal with, and I feel like I matter, and I'm not just another customer when I go to Parkland Pharmacy. I go to the Farmington store. I know you go to the one in Desloge. They have locations throughout Southeast Missouri, and customer service is their number one priority.
And delivery, too. And I know those delivery drivers were going above and beyond when we had all that bad weather.
Yes, they did.
Kudos to them. And again, just another example of the great service you always get at Parkland Pharmacy. Here are your events. They are powered by Discover Farmington. More than you ever imagined. DiscoverFarmingtonMo.com allows you to find out more about entertainment, dining, outdoor activities, wineries, and more.
Farmington, Missouri, your destination for a perfect weekend getaway. Dine in at one of our quality restaurants or visit one of our surrounding wineries. Farmington offers a variety of parks and other recreational leisure time activities. See some sights, have some fun, and go wherever your heart takes you. Sounds like a lot of fun, so get a room and stay a while. All this and more awaits you just 60 miles south of St. Louis. Discover Farmington today.
Mum's Cafe has a nice meal for you every Wednesday at the Memorial United Methodist Church in Farmington.
A couple of the big things coming up, grant applications. The deadline to apply for the United Way of St. Francis County is this Friday.
It's Lenten fish fry season at your local Catholic churches every Friday through April the 11th. St. Joseph Catholic Church in Farmington has their fish fry Fridays from 4 to 7, and Immaculate Conception Church in Park Hills has their fish fries from 4 to 6.
Mark your calendar for March 14th, big trivia night for the Farmington Education Foundation starting at 6:30 at the Black Knight Fieldhouse.
Farmington Bluegrass Series presents Alex Riffle and the Stiff Riffs, March 14th, 7 o'clock at Long Memorial Hall.
The annual Michael Bryant and Carol Moore Jazz Festival is Saturday the 15th at 7:30 at the college, featuring Steve Weiss. Tickets are $15.
Fourth annual Last Minor Riding Mountain Bike event is March 15th. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning at St. Joe State Park.
St. Francis County Rotary Club Mouse Races, March 15th, 6 o'clock, the Mac Tech Building.
And a couple of blood drives. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has one on March 17th at 1 o'clock, and then two blood drives happening March 18th, one at the Memorial United Methodist Church in Farmington and the other at the Mac Tech Center.
Planning for the Farmington Community Garden is underway. There's a big meeting coming up March 20th at 7 o'clock at the Farmington Public Library. If you have questions, you can contact Melanie at Earth Mother Health Foods.
Farmington High School Theater Guild presents The Addams Family, the musical, March 20th through the 23rd. They are kooky and spooky. Very spooky. 7 o'clock nightly at Truman Auditorium.
The Boost Women's Conference, March 25th, 7:45, 10 o'clock, Long Hall.
The Story Tour, a night of encouragement, hope, and restoration, happening March 27th at the Centene Center.
Mark your calendar for March 28th. There's a big trivia night for the SEMO Family Violence Council. It starts at 7 o'clock at St. Paul Elementary Gym.
The History of Country Music is Saturday, April 5th. Two performances, one at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and one at 7, and that's at the Centene Center. Baby Boomers Goes Country with the history of country music.
Let's babble. Babbling about Broadway. Decades Musical Review is April 11th, 12th, and 13th at Long Hall in Farmington.
And Elvis Meets the Beatles, April 26th, 7 o'clock at the Centene Center. Advance tickets are only $20 or $30 at the door. Big show. We're looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. Going to be a good one.
Those are your events. They are presented by Discover Farmington. More than you ever imagined. DiscoverFarmingtonMo.com allows you to find out about local events, even book a wedding or day trip today. Discover Farmington, powering your events. I love Save a Lot at the Parkland. In fact, I believe every Saturday when we record the Parkland podcast, I get a text from Save a Lot during the show, and you can sign up for those text alerts. There's a super sale going on, and you can take advantage of that at all of your Save a Lot locations in the Parkland, Bonne Terre, DeSoto, Potosi, Park Hills, and Farmington.
Yeah, I may have to stop by for that. It's a 99 cents produce super sale, but by the time you see this, it'll be gone. So you need to sign up for these specials. That's the thing. Sign up for these specials when you stop in at your local Save a Lot store so you can be aware when this exactly happens. And stop by, man. The store is clean. The people are awesome to deal with. The butchers cut the meat fresh every day. And you feel like you're shopping in your own hometown supermarket.
I went there a couple weeks ago, and they, the 5 for $24.99. That day it was 6 for $24.99. So I got like extra meat.
Steal.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the kind of specials you could see every day. But again, sign up for those text alerts, and you can do that by hopping on their Facebook page. Save a Lot of the Lead Belts. They'll walk you through that, or the next time you're in the store, you can take care of that as well. Save a Lots at the Parkland, Bonne Terre, DeSoto, Potosi, Park Hills, and Farmington. Want to thank Booze and Bark Carpet, Flooring, and Granite for sponsoring the Parkland podcast. That is the number one name in our region when it comes to flooring, comes to countertops, when it comes to trailer sales. The website is boozenbarkflooring.com. And Mark, they make it pretty easy even for a guy your age to navigate.
Even a guy like me. The beauty of what they do is you can go in and shop.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person that likes to look at what you're shopping for, you can go in and they'd love to talk to you. But you can also do everything through the comfort of your own home through the online process, which makes it real easy as well.
It sure does. But if you want to get in there, you want to see it, you want to feel it, you want to get a good idea of how it's going to look in your house. I mean, spring is coming. Oh, spring, please get here soon. Soon. And you're going to want that new flooring. You're going to want your house to look its best. It's a great investment. So why not talk to the name that's the best in the area? And that's Boozen Bark Carpet, located on Highway 67. Wave at us when you see us on the billboard. Ready?
Yeah.
It is time for birthdays on the Parkland podcast. We have a bunch of birthdays to give to you, but first want to again remind you that you can always message us on Facebook or TikTok or shoot us an email and get those birthdays to us, but make sure you get them in advance because we record on Saturday mornings and we record for the whole week. So like if your birthday's on a Sunday, we probably need to know about it like 2 weeks in advance. But hit us up on all those platforms, and we'd be happy to do that. And we have some belated birthdays to begin with. Happy belated 19th birthday to state tennis champion Lucy Pace of Desloge. Lucy's birthday was back on March the 3rd. Happy 18th birthday to McCoy and Cooper Tripp. Coops had a pretty good year this year on the basketball court.
He's doing well.
March 9th was their birthday. Also, happy anniversary to Jeff and Missy Tripp, also on March 9th. Wow, that worked out pretty well. I guess Jeff never forgets the anniversary because it's also the kids' birthdays.
Jeff was a really good baseball player
Yeah.
at Farmington High School. Played the infield back in the mid-1980s.
All right, there you go. And that's a thank you from Mom and Grandma Linda Kohlmeyer.
Hi, Linda.
So there you go.
Hey, Tim.
All right, so let's begin now with Monday, March the 10th. Who do you have?
Well, a girl we both worked with for a while in radio, Carla Lira,
Yeah.
celebrates a birthday. Happy birthday to you, Carla, from your husband and your daughter and all of your family. Hope you are doing fantastic. And Jason Nash celebrates a birthday. Jason has done a great job. He just retired from doing this, too. I saw it on Facebook. But he organizes a lot of the big AAU basketball tournaments in the area. So, Jason, you did a great job with that for years. You packed the Farmington Civic Center for a whole bunch of years. Hope you're enjoying life. Happy birthday to you.
I got a bunch. How about Brooke Probst? Brooke took the picture of the pooping bear in Desloge that we threw out there.
Hall of Famer, podcast Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. Brooke, a teacher, happy birthday to her. And then her mom's birthday is also on the same day, Monday, and that's Misty Booyer. She is the Desloge librarian, also Gib Collins' daughter.
Yes, good girl.
And so Misty, happy birthday to you. Special birthday wish from all of the patrons at the Desloge Library. They all love you. Rick Queen, former local police officer, now at least the last time I talked to him, he is the person that goes around on this side of the state and like he checks barber shops and beauty salons and makes sure that, you know, they're following all the state rules and stuff. So that's his job now, and he really enjoys that. Happy birthday, Rick. Hope it's an awesome day. And one of my favorite teachers of all time, Miss Belinda Powell, longtime art teacher in the North County School District. Just a sweet, sweet lady. And retired now. Happy birthday to you, Miss Powell. You were one of the best. How about Tuesday, March 11th?
Tuesday, it's all you, buddy. I have none.
Okay, well, I got my wonderful nephew, Sawyer Wampler, celebrating a birthday. Sawyer was our camera guy last time we had election coverage.
Yeah.
And he's getting ready to graduate from Missouri State coming up here in a couple of months. So congratulations, young man. Keep it up. And Danielle Bosler,
Yeah,
Mineral
she's awesome.
Area College. We've both had the pleasure of interviewing her several times. Danielle does a great job promoting the college, great at taking the pictures and social media-ing. Happy birthday, Danielle, from Neil and the kids and, of course, everybody that you work with there at Mineral Area College. How about Wednesday, March the 12th?
Wednesday, Peggy Bone. She's
Hey.
one of the grief girls. Happy birthday to you, Miss Peggy. Hope you are doing fantastic. Happy birthday to Liz Combs, married to Dan Combs Jr. Liz is a running and swimming machine. The first time I swam in the pool with her, she was already swimming, and I thought I jumped in and I said, I'll just kind of use her as a guide to see how fast I'm going, then I'll pass her up. She passed me up 73 times.
73?
73 times. She is a heck of an athlete. Happy birthday to you, Liz. Hope you're doing great. Aaron Overcast, married to Adam Overcast, the chiropractor. Happy birthday to you, Aaron. Hope you are doing fantastic. Shania Sweeney celebrates a birthday. She's a graduate of Farmington High School. She was the honorary heart child for the Walk to Tackle Heart Disease back when she was in high school, and I brought her out to the radio station a couple of times, and we had the Shania Sweeney Hour of Power. I let her pick out all the music. And
Did she like Shania Twain or did she hate Shania Twain?
she was named after Shania
I know,
Twain.
but
So,
I was wondering if it...
she did for her mom's sake, I think,
okay.
more than anything else. Sandy Brooks, one of your fellow Catholics,
Yeah.
celebrates a birthday. Married to Ron Brooks. Happy birthday
Yeah,
to you,
happy
Miss
birthday.
Sandy. Hope you're doing great. Stephanie Elders, my neighbor, sort of, got a dog named Rose, and every time the dog sees me, it runs towards me, and she buries her head. The dog, not Stephanie, buries her head right between my legs, and it's like, geez, buy me dinner first, would you? Happy birthday to you, Stephanie. Hope you're doing great. Stephen Ludicky, happy birthday to you. Another one of your fellow
Yeah.
Catholics. Hope you're doing good. That's from your wife and your kids. And my buddy Mike Bryant celebrates a birthday. He is a car salesman at Offenburg. He sold me my last 2 vehicles. So happy
Great.
birthday to you. It's your job to keep Tim Morgan out of trouble. I know that's full-time work.
That is full-time work. Hey, happy birthday to Ryan Blankenship. Ryan, insurance agent, got that location in Park Hills, the RBI. Or is it R? No, wait. Ryan Blankenship Insurance Agency. RBI, like runs batted in. Anyways, Ryan, happy birthday to you, buddy. You're an awesome guy and also assistant Farmington baseball coach, too.
Yeah.
So does a great job with that. Lance Sechrist. We talk a lot about the Sechrist family and their
Deservedly
contributions to
so.
basketball, and they're always open. Lance is always open, and he's doing a great job with Ozark Modern Insulation. And happy birthday, Lance. Hope it's a great day for
He
you.
was the free throw shooter, wasn't he?
He was, buddy.
Yeah.
He went all over the place. He played for SEMO as well. And I think still to this day, probably his proudest basketball moment was whenever the college basketball game, his freshman year came out, and he actually got on to the game and pulled up SEMO's roster, and he found his number and his attributes.
Huh.
So he was on a video game.
Good
So,
deal.
Congratulations, Lance. And then a guy we've talked to a lot over the years, Chuck Henson.
One of my favorite people.
Oh, yeah, celebrating a birthday on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Chuck. He is such a classy guy, and I see pictures of him on the wall across the hall from me all the time. From
Wearing
all
the
those
short
Farmington yearbooks.
shorts.
Yeah, exactly.
Played basketball at Mac. I think he's from Ellington. I'm not sure on
That sounds
one.
right, yeah.
He's somewhere down south, and he came up here, went to Mac, met his lovely wife, Miss Artie. God rest her soul, and the rest is history.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Chuck. Hope it's an awesome day for you. All right, Thursday, March 13th. Are you ready for this birthday?
Yes, we've got a lot of
Yeah.
birthdays, but we're going to kick off with the legend herself, Jackie Berry.
Jackie Berry!
Jackie Berry. Oh. Jackie Berry. I love that girl. She serves on the United Way board with me and does a great job. Former president of the United Way of St. Francis County, the organizer of the first ever Girls' Night Out for the United Way. And she has, 3 of the most talented daughters?
Oh, yeah. Mindy, Cherie, and Brittany.
Yeah, Jackie is just awesome, and she has more energy than most folks half her age.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about
Absolutely. Absolutely. So she's turning 80. Happy birthday from Bill and the girls and the grandkids and everybody. Longtime teacher in the Central School District, was the tennis coach at Central for many, many years. North County School Board member at one time, too. So happy birthday, Jackie. Hope it's a great day.
Happy birthday to Marco Van Ralton. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
the very first person to head up Young Faith in Christ.
Marco.
Back in the days, living in St. Louis now. Austin Files, happy birthday to you from your mom and dad, your sister, and all your family. Katie Eves celebrates a birthday. Good, God-fearing Lutheran and sister to Derek Eves at Farmington High School. Drury Moyers celebrates a birthday. She goes to St. Paul. Her daughter, Ann, is helping me out with the screens at the 4:45 service. Miss Ann, you are doing great, Miss Drury. Happy birthday to you. And one of my favorite people that I got to know over my years of broadcasting Mineral Area College basketball, Andre Peppers.
Oh, Andre
Celebrates
Peppers. Yeah.
a birthday on Thursday. Pep!
Yes.
Happy birthday to you, buddy. Hope you are doing fantastic.
Oh, that's a name in MAC basketball lore.
Yeah,
No
that-
doubt about that.
That class of 93 still gets together and hangs out on
Do they
occasion.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Happy birthday. One more for the 13th, and that's Terry Young. Hope it's a great day for you. Happy birthday, Terry. Friday, March 14th. Who do you have?
Oh, Rebecca Gearsey celebrates a birthday today. Miss Becky, happy birthday to you. She goes to St. Paul as well. Happy birthday to you from your mom and dad, your brother and your kids and all your family. I hope you are doing great. She is a sweetheart. Courtney Brockus, happy birthday to you, Courtney. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope life is good. Jen LaChance, who used to work at the radio station, a good Fredericktown girl, celebrating a birthday. Jen, happy birthday to you.
I just have one for Friday, and that's Tara Luther. Tara, very good in the investment agency. She handles my parents' savings account, and they're very big fans of Tara. And her mom used to drop her off in the mornings, and she'd catch the bus with me and my brothers. So we kind of grew up together a little bit. So happy birthday, Tara. Hope it's a great day for you on Friday. Who are your Saturday, March 15th birthdays?
Just one on my list. Old high school buddy Tony Alio celebrates a birthday Saturday. Most people that graduated with me, and I wish him a happy birthday on the radio, I say they've aged much better than I have. Not Tony.
Oh,
Not Tony. But he's deserved and earned every wrinkle he's got. We had a dream team banquet about 20 years ago, and a kid from either Seckman or Fox made the team, and his last name was Alio. I said, buddy, I got to ask, are you related to Tony Alio? And he says, that's my uncle. And I said, well, tell him I said hello. I went
Awesome.
to school with him. So, Tony, happy birthday to you.
we could probably get some good, totally awesome radio stories out of those Dream Team banquets over the years.
Oh, yeah. We've got a couple of them.
Some things that happened. Happy birthday, Saturday, March 15th, to Miss Nays, Claire Nays, the vocal music teacher at Farmington High School.
Yes.
Does such
Married,
a great job.
Elliot,
Elliot Nays.
who
He's
is named after...
Elliot Ness, right?
Yes.
I would assume I guess he's young enough. He could have been named after Elliot from E.T.
No,
but-
it's Elliot Ness, and you know who her mom is, don't you?
Yeah, she's pretty famous in the musical circles at
Yes.
Farmington. So there you go.
Miss
Happy
Linda.
birthday, Miss Linda. Happy birthday, Corey Tamur. Here's another vocal powerhouse from the baby boomer group. Corey is one of the best. He also has fantastic impersonations of cartoon characters. Does a great job with that every year at Baby Boomers, too. Happy birthday, Corey. That's from the wife and the kids. You're an awesome dad. Keep it up. And Jewel Booyer, one of my all-time favorite former students. Jewel works for KFMO B104.
And she's a jewel.
She is a jewel, no doubt about it. Running camera, running the board. Does such a great job. I don't think she said maybe 5 words her junior year. And then her senior year, I couldn't get her to shut up. No,
She
I'm just
made up
kidding.
for lost time.
Yeah, she did. No, Jewel, you are awesome. Happy birthday to you. And then wrap it up Sunday, March 16th. Who do you have?
Sunday, my buddy Nick Gibson celebrates birthday on Sunday. They're having a big party for him this weekend. I understand. I wasn't invited, but that's okay. That's okay. No, Nick and his family run Lee Mechanical.
Oh, boy.
And he goes to St. Paul Lutheran Church, and he's a heck of a guy. Happy birthday to you from your wife and your daughter and all of your family. And our good buddy, see, Mark Toady is not the most common name.
Yeah?
4 letters, 97 different pronunciations, but it is a much easier name than Matt Lichtenstein. He worked at the radio station with us as Matt West. He changed his name to Matt West because he knew nobody could spell or pronounce Matt Lichtenstein, the Lichtensteiner. Could have been a good German soldier back in the day. Lichtenstein. Sending you to the Russian front, Lichtenstein.
Yeah.
I think he's a communications director now for a school district in Jefferson
Oh, really?
County. Yeah.
Oh, well, good for him.
But, Matt, you're a good guy. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Matt. I always look forward to talking to him every morning when I give KJF the weather stats. And I think when it was still Shepherd, he had to be Matt Lichtenstein because that was a Shepherd policy that you had to use your real name.
Yes, you did.
You couldn't have a radio name. But I think when Shepherd sold, who was the first company to take over after Shepherd? Do you remember?
Good Radio.
Good Radio. That's right. When it switched over to Good Radio, they let him be Matthew West.
And I could grow a beard.
Yeah. I know. We couldn't have beards. You could have mustaches, but no beards.
Not in Shepherd's, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Couldn't even have a mustache.
Oh, you couldn't have a mustache either? I
No.
guess when I got there, they had maybe brought the mustache policy on.
That could be.
I don't know. Are you done with Sunday birthdays?
Yes,
We got
I'm
on a
done.
Matt Lichtenstein tangent. here.
Lichtensteiner's the last one.
Shayna Moore celebrated a birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday, Shayna. And Carly Nicole with a birthday on Sunday as well. Get us your birthdays. We'd love to share them with you. And check us out daily on Facebook and TikTok. Heimberger Construction, HeimbergerConstruction.com. They have been building beautiful buildings in our area since 1978, Mark Toady, and they have those Butler buildings.
Oh, the Butler buildings are the best metal building system on the market, and the only buildings that have a pre-punched roof system and standard 360-degree roof seam for their standing seam roof. Jennifer Heimberger, who runs Heimberger Construction, does a fabulous job, and she really cares about the area. She gets involved in a whole lot of things in the community. I know she's supporting a Little League baseball team. That's one of her current things, which is just really awesome. So Jennifer, she's been to a couple of Kansas City Chiefs football games, which makes me really jealous.
Yeah, and I feel really bad for her. I hope she's gotten over the loss.
She's still a little bitter, but aren't we all?
Exactly. Anyways, HeimbergerConstruction.com. Check out the beautiful work they've done, not only around the Parkland, but around the region. HeimbergerConstruction.com, 431-4387.
Parkland Pharmacy is out to prove that local independent pharmacy is alive and well. We work hard at giving you an excellent experience every time you come to see us. We love what we do, and we would love to take care of you. There's no need to be frustrated with your health care. If you're tired of what your pharmacy is not doing for you, then stop waiting in line and come see us today. We have 6 locations across Southeast Missouri, so Google us to find the store nearest you or visit parklandrx.com. Parkland Pharmacy is a local pharmacy at its finest.
The high school basketball season is winding down, but a few teams remain standing out of the area. Back on Monday, the Class 2 sectional saw Valley of Caledonia's dream season come to an end to Puxico 74-40. Valley finished the season with a record of 20 wins and 6 losses. On Tuesday, St. Paul falls in the Class 2 sectional on the girls' side. They lose to St. Vincent 59-28. That was the first postseason appearance in school history, and St. Paul captures 20 wins on the season. Meanwhile, in Mineral Area College action on Thursday night, the Women's Region 16 first-round game sees the Lady Cards pick up a win over Moberly 62-47. However, the men see their season come to an end in the Region 16 quarterfinals. They lose in overtime, and 3 overtimes rather, 73-68 on Friday night. Mac men's season comes to an end at 18-12. Boys basketball, Class 4 District Championship game. Potosi, a win over St. Genevieve. The Trojans go into the playoffs. Then from Saturday's action, Class 4 District 2 Championship, the Central Lady Rebels outlast the Potosi Lady Trojans. And the Class 4 District 1 Championship game sees Donovan and Fredericktown's girls season. A couple of college baseball games from the week as well. Mac would take a pair from St. Louis Community College, winning 9-1 and 15-3. Looking ahead to next week, Class 4 District 1 Boys Championship game. Farmington against Sykeston. That'll be at Farmington Monday night at 6 o'clock. Class 4 District 2 Girls Championship game. Farmington against Hillsborough. That'll be at Cape Girardeau High School Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Class 3 Sectional Boys Potosi is at Dexter on Monday. That game is at 6 o'clock. And the Class 3 Sectional Girls game, Central at Donovan, is Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. So still postseason basketball remaining in the Parkland. That's a check of your sports.
I love Save-A-Lot at the Parkland. In fact, I believe every Saturday when we record the Parkland podcast, I get a text from Save-A-Lot during the show, and you can sign up for those text alerts. There's a super sale going on, and you can take advantage of that at all of your Save-A-Lot locations in the Parkland, Bonne Terre, DeSoto, Potosi, Park Hills, and Farmington.
Yeah, I may have to stop by for that. It's a 99 cents produce super sale, but it's by the time you see this, it'll be gone. So you need to sign up for these specials. That's the thing. Sign up for these specials when you stop in at your local Save-A-Lot store so you can be aware when this exactly happens. And stop by, man. The store is clean. The people are awesome to deal with. The butchers cut the meat fresh every day. And you feel like you're shopping in your own hometown supermarket.
I went there a couple weeks ago, and they, the 5 for $24.99. That day it was 6 for $24.99. So I got like extra meat.
Steal.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the kind of specials you could see every day. But again, sign up for those text alerts, and you can do that by hopping on their Facebook page. Save a Lot of the Lead Belts. They'll walk you through that, or the next time you're in the store, you can take care of that as well. Save a Lots at the Parkland, Bonne Terre, DeSoto, Potosi, Park Hills, and Farmington. We look ahead to the April election, and we have the incumbent on the ballot for the city of Park Hills mayoral race. And I believe this is number 3 visit to the barn here for the Parkland podcast. Park Hills Mayor Stacey Easter joining us. Thanks so much for coming in again. We appreciate you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So the campaign well underway?
Yes, we actually had a kickoff party last night at the Four Towns Brewing Company in Park Hills. We had a lot of people show up just to support, and we're ready to get going.
Now, let's talk about your career in politics. This is you got involved, and all of a sudden, wow, you're the mayor all of a sudden. So it's moved pretty quick. Kind of walk us through your experience in public office.
Okay, so I joined council in 2020, so COVID. Was on council for a year and then decided to run again in 22, and then obviously won that election. And at that time I was elected mayor pro tem, which I didn't like. That wasn't something that I sought. The council just elected me that position. Someone nominated me and then voted for it. So I was mayor pro tem, and John Clark was the mayor at that time. So in that following May 30th, John decided to resign. Well, how that plays out, the mayor pro tem assumes the position until the next council meeting. So I got that call Memorial Day weekend, and I was ironically leaving to go out of town with no cell service. So that was a lot to handle there at that moment. But anyway, so I was mayor until the next council meeting where the council voted to put me in as mayor, but I chose to only assume the position until the next election, because I wanted to be like the citizens' mayor and not like the mayor of the council. So I chose to put myself on the ballot that next April, and that would only finish out the rest of John's term. So it was like another 2 years. So I ran against Jean Fritchie and Larry LaChance, and obviously won that. So here we are again, another election, so for 4 years.
So it's been a heck of an interesting past couple of years, especially in Park Hills, especially for the downtown area. It seemed a real revitalization.
Absolutely. We have a lot of people to thank for that, not just the city, but a lot of people that's excited to invest in the city again. They reach out to me all the time. They're excited for the community that comes around. You see our Main Street packed all the time. So we have some more things coming that we're pretty excited about. Just can't really say much right now about that. But yeah, it's a great atmosphere downtown.
I wanted to ask you about Reworld. Now,
Okay.
this is the company that has moved into the former Paramount Glass Factory location in Park Hills. I guess a few months ago, some residents started raising some concerns about what they do, which is dealing with, I guess, trash and waste. They posed a lot of questions. You saw those questions immediately, and I mean, you got with Reworld, made sure that you got answers to this and posted it out on Facebook very quickly. Talk about that situation and I guess the transparency of it too.
Okay. So, I think there's a little misconception with how businesses work within the general population. Some people have the misunderstanding that thinks that, we brought Reworld here or we, asked them to come or we signed off on them coming, and that's not how it works. We have an industrial park. We had an empty building. That building sold to a company called Phoenix Investments. Phoenix Investments brought Reworld into their facility. All they have to do is pass our planning and zoning. Like, that's all they have to do. They find our requirements for planning and zoning. Once they're good there, they can come into the building. Like, I don't say, yes, you can come in. Our council, they don't say, yes, you can come in. That's just kind of how that happens. So once we found out that they were coming, we took the initiative to hire an environmental consulting firm called Kim Heck. Because we knew that there were going to be some risk with this company. So we hired this firm to speak on behalf of the city to make sure that we're protecting our citizens and our community. So Kim Heck is doing that. So we knew the concerns that were coming on Facebook that we were seeing. So we contacted both Kim Heck and Reworld to get some of those answered. And, some people understood that and took that very well. And still, they don't have any concerns, but we still have quite a few people that are concerned, and rightfully so. I understand that. So the next thing that we're doing to hopefully alleviate some of those concerns is our next council meeting, which will be Tuesday. We actually moved that to the Mac Tech Center, which is a phenomenal building if you've not been out there.
It is.
So we moved it out there, and we have dedicated our entire agenda to specifically this topic, which, we've taken everything, because we normally do conduct business at our council meetings. We've taken everything off so we can focus on Reworld and make sure the public has information that is accurate. So Reworld's going to have 6 representatives there, and Kim Heck's company will be there as well. So they'll be able to present what they want to both companies, and then we're giving all citizens 5 minutes to ask questions.
Wow!
And then they'll be able to answer them. Reworld, Kim Heck, myself, council, whoever the question's directed to will be able to answer it right then to the person that's asking.
So where are you at in the process of Reworld actually opening up?
So that's probably still a ways away because, again, we don't have oversight on that. They have to get permits. And so those permits, whether they come from EPA, DNR, which I know DNR probably takes almost a year, they said, and they still don't have their DNR permit. So they're a ways out from even opening at this point. I did do a facility tour last week, and they're in there, but they're just moving things around and putting things in place and making the facility how it's going to work. So they're not even functional as we speak right now. They're just waiting on their permits and just getting their building how they want it. And we're also working with Reworld right now to make sure that we have oversight, like I said, on some of their things so we can control things like how much waste they're putting into our sewer, right? We want to make sure that we have control over that so we're not using up all of our capacity so we can make sure we have room for growth. And things like that.
There was a lot of concerns on Facebook and other forms of social media originally following the fire at the battery plant in Fredericktown, now bringing Reworld in and making sure something similar doesn't happen there. And I am sure safety is probably one of the big things that you're going to be safeguarding for as well.
Right, absolutely. And this just goes back to Kim Heck and her company and what she's going to do for us. She has spent so much time working for the city, making sure that we have the legal authority to do what we can before they open. So I think that's good to note that, I know this company has some bad reputations, and I see that, which is really the reason why that we have hired this firm to look out for our citizens and our community. But yeah, so our fire department will be in that building, meeting with ReWorld, also to make sure that everything's in place. We've toured some of the measures that they're taking for certain situations. We'll absolutely do the best we can to protect our community today and in the future as much as we possibly can.
And again, that meeting Tuesday night, 7 o'clock?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. at the Mac Tech Center, if you would like to attend. Here's another question I've gotten from people on Facebook specifically about you. Are you related to David Easter, who is also running for mayor?
So I also get that a lot, but no, I am not. Excuse me. No, I'm not related. The David Easter that's running for mayor is also on our council. So I'm not related to him. However, I am related to a David Easter. So the David Easter that I'm related to is from Elvins. He no longer lives in Park Hills. He lives in Farmington now, outside of Farmington. But so it's the David Easter. Their parents were Bunny Easter, and he was a scout leader. So Joe Easter, Mickey, Teresa Easter, all of those folks, those are my in-laws. So that's the Dave Easter. He works at Sorts in Farmington.
Okay.
So other than ReWorld, when people come up to you, Stacey, and say, here's what I'm concerned about, here's what I'm worried about, what are you hearing about more than others?
So I think other than ReWorld, I think the biggest thing that we have facing, and as you can tell that we just went through winter, is like water main breaks, just different things within our infrastructure. And I think a lot of people don't realize how bad that is right now. We have a system that's like 70 to 80 years old, and it has not been upgraded, whether that be, our wastewater treatment plant that it's in good shape for how old it is, but it has desperately needs some updates. So we're focusing on that. We've been on a project for about a year and a half now, getting grants to have engineering reports done. So we have both of those done for our water and wastewater side. So now we're on the phase of finding the money, the funds, right? Because that plan came back at about $100 million. Well, we don't have $100 million. So we have to figure out how to fund that to fix it. We have it down to about 50, 60 million right now. So we have been in communication with state legislatures for the past several months and try to get the funds that we can to get this fixed. And, also a lot of people don't know that we were ahead of schedule on getting our lead pipes tested. So all of the pipes in the city, we went ahead and had all of those tested, so we know how many we have. We have about 67% lead in our water pipes right now. So that's another thing that we're just trying to be on top of, getting those replaced before that 10-year mark, because that's what the government has put on us. And, I know it sounds scary, lead in your pipe, so I don't want that to last 10 years. I want it to last, that's going to be the first step in our process, is getting those replaced. So, and I think we already have maybe the funding located for that, which is, phenomenal news. But that's just a big project to get something like that taken care of, which I think it's, important for our city.
What are some other things that have happened during your administration that you're proud of, that you feel are good to tout to voters?
Okay. I think the pool is phenomenal. I was on that project from like day one, from the bond issue, from just the layout, the planning, the building, the grand opening, which again was phenomenal. We had so many people attend. I think Insight Design Company said that was probably the biggest grand opening that they ever attended. So that was good news. And then we had an excellent year with the pool. We had some issues, but we're working through those as of yesterday. But the pool was number one. The community needed it, and they loved it. Aside from that, I've done some good things with our police department. We've made sure that, now we have 4 SROs for the school district of Central. So that's an SRO in every building. We've added flock cameras, which not only helps our officers, but surrounding communities all over Missouri, all over the United States. We have recently received, with the help of Zach and the police department, we received 2 grants for $50,000 for canine units. So which those one of those animals have helped the county recently with a bus. So that's and that's another thing I think that can attest to my leadership is we are not only involved with Park Hills, but Zach is just a huge resource to other communities. He reaches out to other administrators. We help other cities. We have a great engagement with everyone in the county. So I think that's important.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was at a candidates forum for the city of Farmington, and one of the things that was brought up is taking a more regional approach to addressing the areas and benefiting, working with Bonterre, working with Farmington, Desloge. Is that something you're open to?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We do it now. That's something that, on the hiring of Zach, that's something that I know I expressed to him that I wanted to see more of, leveraging other communities, leveraging the knowledge of someone like Greg Beavers, like how phenomenal is that gentleman? And Zach leans on him a lot and gives him, information. And, also Zach has knowledge too. He's a young city administrator out of college, out of Columbia. He has some knowledge that maybe someone like, Greg don't have. So I know he's helped some other city administrators as well. So so we help, we talk with everyone and making sure that, our county, not just our city, but our county is taken care of. We all have a homeless problem. We all have a drug problem. So that's something that we all need to get on board and see if we can work together and combat that issue.
What's the name of the soccer team you're coaching?
Ambush.
The Ambush. Oh, right.
Yeah, they're 4 years old, so
how's that going for you?
yeah, it's going.
Yeah? I know you got a game coming up.
What's more difficult to do? Manage the 4 years old or manage the city council?
So manage the 4-year-olds. So, potty breaks. I don't want to play coach. I'm tired, all of that. And then I get to hear about stuff I probably don't need to be hearing about, but I love it.
How did somebody find out more about your campaign?
So I have a Facebook page, Reelect Stacey Easter, obviously. My phone number is public knowledge, obviously, because I'm the current mayor. Call me, text me, email me, check out my Facebook page. Let me know. I'm an open book, so ask me whatever.
Fantastic. Appreciate your time so much, and
Yeah.
good luck to the Ambush.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
go Ambush.
Well, we're 0-2, so we might need that.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Stacey Easter, Mayor of Park Hills, joining us now on the Parkland Podcast.
And by the way, we have offered equal time to the other candidates. We are waiting to hear from them.
Want to thank Booz and Bark Carpet, Flooring, and Granite for sponsoring the Parkland Podcast. That is the #1 name in our region when it comes to flooring, comes to countertops, when it comes to trailer sales. The website is boozandbarkflooring.com. And Mark, they make it pretty easy, even for a guy your age, to navigate.
Even a guy like me. The beauty of what they do is you can go in and shop.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person that likes to look at what you're shopping for, you can go in and they'd love to talk to you. But you can also do everything through the comfort of your own home through the online process, which makes it real easy as well.
It sure does. But if you want to get in there, you want to see it, you want to feel it, you want to get a good idea of how it's going to look in your house. I mean, spring is coming. Oh, spring, please get here soon. Soon. And you're going to want that new flooring. You're going to want your house to look its best. It's a great investment. So why not talk to the name that's the best in the area? And that's Booz and Bark Carpet, located on Highway 67. Wave at us when you see us on the billboard.
They said it couldn't be done. They said the world would never accept a cookie this long, or pretzel, and probably not a churro. They also said, under no circumstances should those really long and delicious treats be wildly affordable. Then we said, but we already made them, and they are. Introducing the incredible new foot-long sidekicks. Get one at Subway today.
Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for being here, and thank you to all the candidates we're about to meet for putting yourselves out there to help be leaders in the community or the school or the city. It's much appreciated. Obviously, there's a lot of people that talk about being leaders and then never actually step up to do it. So we really appreciate all of you that are about to speak. So as Sherry said, hold the mic close, speak a little loudly, right into it, so that everybody can hear. Sherry and I are your unofficial Parkland podcast hosts today. Jason and Mark Toty couldn't be here, so we downgraded with me, upgraded with Sherry. But thanks for being a part of this experiment for us. But anyway, we're going to get started with the North County School Board. And as the order on your program is the order we're going to go into. So if I could get Jivo, come on down. Jivo Bullet. Each candidate will have 3 minutes. Where's my timer?
Yeah.
Right there. Okay. You're going to wave that 30 seconds. So you have 3 minutes to introduce and say whatever you want to say.
thank you. Of course, most of you know me. I'm the chief of police in the city of Desloge, but I've also been a school board member now going on our far 6 years. I've been president of the board for the last 3 years. I wanted to let you know that I'm seeking this seat on the school board because of our children, our teachers, and our staff, and the safety in our schools. No one acts alone on this board. I want to let you all know that. It's whoever gets voted in. No one acts alone. This is always a majority of the board. It makes the decisions. And I've been on a board that has made decisions that had made several accomplishments over the last 6 years. One of those accomplishments is that there's been $1,000 added to the base pay for the teachers, staff, for the last 5 of the last 6 years. That's something that prior to that had been short in happening. Another thing that I'd like to tell you that has occurred while I've been in this district as a board member is that the decision for districts, Missouri general obligation refunding bonds achieved over $3 million in reduced interest savings due to decisions of this board that will help in keeping the money, the interest savings over $3 million. That's a lot of money that is saved for the board, that's saved for the school district. Some of my personal accomplishments that I've done or been in the past is that I've been involved in multiple multi-million-dollar construction projects for the school and both 911. I've been on the 911 board for many, many years, and I've also seen it evolve from a one-room dispatch center to the premier dispatching center that it is right now, which is one of the number one in the United States. And that has been a multi-million-dollar construction project. So with Joni giving me the 30-second warning, I'll let you know that I also manage over $1 million budget for the Desloge Police Department. So that's part of the knowledge that I bring to this board. And I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Gino. Next up, Estelle Hubbard.
Hello, good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stella Hubbard. I want to thank the Desloge Chamber for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself today. And I would like to start by saying I'm a proud advocate for North County schools. My family and I are deeply connected to this district. My son is a proud Raider. I have a future Raider in the family, and my husband is an alumnus of North County schools. My career as a counselor at the Farmington School District has been dedicated to supporting children and families. With an extensive background in mental health and school counseling within schools and the community, I firmly believe that every student deserves access to the resources and opportunities they need to thrive both in and out the classroom. I'm also deeply committed to giving back to our community. I volunteer with the Raider Packs program to ensure no student goes hungry. I serve on the Primary Raider Connection Committee. I am an active member of the San Francisco County United Way, and I'm active on the Parkland Hospital Foundation Board. My involvement reflects my unwavering dedication to meeting the needs in our community. So with that said, why do I want to run for school board? I am truly passionate about advocating for students, supporting teachers, and strengthening North County schools. If elected, I will listen, advocate, and ensure decisions benefit all children in the school district. I'm committed to transparency and open communication so our taxpayers and community members feel informed and connected to what's happening in our schools. Supporting school leadership, maintaining fiscal responsibility, and continuing initiatives that prioritize both students and staff will remain my focus. I truly believe strong schools are the future of our communities. Together, we can create opportunities for every child to be successful and love their time as a North County Raider. As I wrap up, I want to give a heartfelt thank you to the current board for all the incredible work, progress, and success you've achieved over the past few years. I'm excited for the opportunity to join this team, where each of us brings our own unique strengths. Together, we will continue to build a strong, sustainable future for our students, staff, and our entire district. A special thank you to the Desloge Chamber for allowing me to share my message today. And don't forget to vote for Stella Hubbard on April 8th. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
And now for the dramatic reading portion of our show. So read a segment from Brian Whitfield.
Bring lights down.
Yeah, but get some mood set here.
I read real good.
She said you could read.
I can just read. Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Whitfield, and I'm an honored. All right, come on. My name is Brian Whitfield, and I'm honored to speak to you today as a candidate for the North St. Francis County R1 School Board. It is with great pride that I offer my experience, passion, and commitment to making our schools better for every student, every educator, and every family in our community. I've been a part of this district in many capacities. As a student, a graduate, a parent, and as a former employee, I had the privilege of working directly with students, educators, and staff. The experience has provided me with valuable insights into what makes our schools thrive, and just as importantly, where we need to grow. I know our district inside out, and truly believe that having an insider's perspective is essential when making informed decisions that impact our students and staff. I graduated from North County High School in 2004, my wife and high school sweetheart in 2007, and the Lord willing, my sons will graduate from North County in 2025 and 2029. I'm an Air Force combat veteran and still serve in the United States Air National Guard at the rank of Master Sergeant for the 126th Air Refueling Wing. I am the Director of Safety, Security, and Emergency Management for the Pattonville School District in St. Louis County. Certified as a school safety specialist and tasked with the safety and security of school children is a must that I take to heart. The safety of our children and educators is paramount. We must ensure that every student feels secure in their learning environment and that every educator feels supported. My profession has given me a deep understanding of leading practices and proactive measures that can help make our schools safer, and I will continue advocating for improved safety standards throughout our district. As a candidate, my priorities are clear: recruitment and retention of high-quality educators, advocating for the needs of students, financial responsibility, and fostering transparency within the community. Recruitment and retention of educators. Educators are the backbone of our education system, yet in recent years, many of our schools have faced challenges with recruiting and retaining skilled educators. We need to ensure that our educators are not only equipped with tools to succeed, but also feel valued and supported in their roles. As a member of the school board, I work to improve educator compensation, provide professional development opportunities, and foster a culture where our educators are appreciated and empowered to succeed. How much time I got left? Okay. Financial responsibility. I firmly believe in the importance of fiscal responsibility. As a member of the board, I will ensure that every dollar is spent wisely and effectively. We need to invest in programs that have a tangible, positive impact on student achievement, while also keeping an eye on long-term sustainability. I will advocate for a balanced approach that meets the needs of the district today without sacrificing the opportunities for tomorrow. Adopting vision with goals. It's essential that we have clear, shared vision for the future of our schools. I'm committed to working with fellow board members, educators, parents, and students to establish long-term goals that align with the needs and values of our community. We will create a roadmap that ensures all our students that graduate all of our students graduate prepared for the future, whether they choose to pursue higher education or enter the workforce. Advocacy for students. Our students are at the heart of everything we do. Every decision we make should prioritize their well-being, safety, and education. I'm committed to ensuring that our students have access to high-quality education, extracurricular activities, mental health resources, and a safe, inclusive environment. I will also advocate for programs that help close the achievement gap and ensure that every student, regardless of background, has the opportunity to succeed. Transparency, sharing of information. Finally, transparency is key. As your school board member, I will assure that information is shared openly and regularly with our community. The decisions we make in the boardroom should never be a mystery to the people we serve. I will provide regular updates on district priorities, financial decisions, and student outcomes, and I encourage feedback from all of you to help guide our decisions. I care deeply about the future of our children and the success of our community. I have the experience, the qualifications, and the dedication to make a difference. Together, we can ensure that our schools continue to be a place where every student is encouraged to reach their fullest potential. Thank you for your time, your support, and your commitment to the future of our students. I would be honored to have your vote on April the 8th.
No, sir. Sorry, you're on your own. All right, with that, quick round of applause for our school board candidates. All right, now for the alderman. We have Alderman at Ward 1, Keith Probst.
Thank you. I want to thank you all for having me up here today. My name is Keith Probst. I've lived in this town for now almost 64 years. I graduated in 1979 from North County when it was up here on Chestnut Street. I attended Monterey College for 2 years from 79 to 81 on a baseball scholarship. Once I was done with my studies at Mac, I got a job with the Sedgwick Minerals Corporation / Dole Run Company down in Viburnum, where I worked 22 years as an underground miner. I quit there and went to what I thought was the promised land of GE. I worked there 3 years, and they shut the plant down, moved it to Mexico. So I went and found another job at Leclerc Gas / Spire in St. Louis, where I worked another 20 years. I was a construction general foreman, and I just recently retired July 1st of this past year. I have two grown adult kids that was raised in this area. Tyler and Kelly live up here on Chestnut Street in Ward 3 with my grandson Parker. My daughter Tia and her husband J.D. Cunningham, they live outside of Farmington with my granddaughter Jaylee. My mom lives on Roosevelt in Ward 3, and my girlfriend Anita lives on Ravencrest in Ward 2. So I have a vested interest in the whole city. I'm going to catch it from either way. So I have the city in mind, the whole city, not just my ward. The reason why I'm running is not to make so much of a change, because I don't think we're doing things that bad, but I want to make an impact in the city. I know we have the promised land over here on the east side on 67. It's getting the sewer put in it's going to be starting shortly. And then we'll have to get the gas and electric. And then I've had several people say, yeah, let's get a sit-down restaurant. Let's get a Home Depot, HWI. Let's get a Target. And that's all great. And I hope when we get the utilities in, that we can expand that and make it grow. But in the meantime, on the developed side of the city, we have some pressing issues. As far as Brim Street, the problem we have up there with the water, there's a plan right now. I think it's in design maybe, but hopefully we can get that problem rectified. We also have a water issue up on Chadwick, up here by the firehouse. That would not be not so labor intensive as Brim Street, but it'd be an inconvenience for those who live on Chadwick, because that is a one-way street. When you come into town, you'll notice that we have nice curbs and nice sidewalks and nice 88 ramps up and down. Huh? 3? All right, thank you.
What's that, going Debs? Timer is a thankless job, is how I likes it. Next up is John Witter. Stay strong, Timer. Stay strong.
Like you, Keith made a lot of good points. And I'll add to those a little bit with the time I have. I'll get started so I don't get cut off. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Wigger. I have had the honor to serve as alderman for the last 4 years. Born and raised here in Desloge. Have an unwavering love to the community and strong commitment to make it even better than how I found it 4 years ago. So I grew up on Chadwick, attended North County, graduated from North County, got married here, bought my first house here, starting to raise my family here. So lived here my whole entire life, 35 years, love it, still love it, raising my family here. One of the exciting developments, like Keith mentioned, is the Eastern Iowa Road. When I became alderman, that was one thing I was always asking questions about. Stephanie's done a great job of moving that forward. Not one person, I think, I forgot who said that, but or I think it was Jubo. Not one person on the board can make decisions by themselves. We all have a vote. Actually, even the mayor, they don't even get a vote. So it's everyone comes together, their own opinions or their own thoughts, but they can't make the decision. It has to be a board altogether. So hopefully the Eastern Iowa Road will bring in fresh business opportunities and stimulate growth in our area. This is a project that's not just about the roads and the groundwork, but having a thriving local economy. It's been something I've always wanted to see happen, like I said. You may recall some of the issues recently. I know something I've always talked to Stephanie and Terry about. I don't know if you noticed, like the jack-in-the-box signs and the road signs, they were terrible. When you came in to Desloge, you'd always see that they were torn up and needed repaired. That's something that the board and other people can do, is kind of stay on. We hire those people like Stephanie and Judy and the other ladies of the city to make sure that they're doing their job. So like seeing that people reach out to me, I trust that we have those people in place that can do that. But we're just kind of giving them the, hey, you guys taking care of us, you're doing that. And as you guys can see, there's been new signs put up for Jack in the Box and roads and stuff like that to make our community look good. Other impacts, so the sidewalks. For a long time, the sidewalks in Desloge, they were the residents' responsibility. If something happened to the sidewalks, it was the residents' responsibility to those fixed. That's something that the alderman can do. We can see that ordinance was kind of outdated and people can't afford to fix sidewalks themselves and things like that. So that was something we were able to get changed. Now it's the city's responsibility to maintain those things. We just wanted to work together to ensure that we live, work, and grow together and be good stewards of the funds for the city. We want to make sure that we are doing what is best for the city and using those funds the best as possible. My dad always told me to, when you get something, leave it better than when you got it. So that's one thing that I really want to do. That's why I'm running this term. I feel like we've had a lot of growth and business development and infrastructure. There's still some things that need cleaned up. The community to government, we need to clean that up. And that's why I'm staying up here today. I'm trying to leave the city better than how I found it. So thank you all.
True. Next up, Jacqueline Nipper. Not here. Not here. No statement to read?
Just emergency.
Okay, emergency. Good. All right, now moving on to Alderman Ward 2, Rob Crabtree.
Thanks, Doc. Sherry, you failed to tell me this was a work study job day. I worked for Doc over at Mary College, and I didn't know he was singing today, but I'm Rod Crabtree. I graduated from Farmington High School in 1980. I worked at Laclede Gas for 29 years, retired from there, took a couple of years off, and then a friend of mine, Rodney Reesinger, asked me to come work for him over at Mary College, so I've been over there for around 5 years, and I live at 605 Brim Street. I built my house over there in 2000. My wife, Jana, she's here with me today. I have a son, Tyler, grandson, Parker. And let's see. I'm a member at First Baptist Church at Desloge. I've been there for roughly 30 years. I involved in upper basketball program. I help out over there, coaching and just repping. And I work on building grounds committee over there. Put in time around it there and at Bates Creek Camp for all the kids for their summer camps. I'm involved with the Matt Booster Club. I do a lot over there whenever I can. My concerns for Desloge is like Keith and John, the new industrial park. I think you need to bring businesses in to, you need more revenue for your city, where you can pave more streets, put more sidewalks in. I think you need to put in your ADA sidewalks. I know over where Tyler and friends of ours live on Chestnut Street by the school. There's several of them kids that's been hung up with their wheelchairs and things trying to get to school, and they're trying to get there on their own, so they really don't need that burden before they get there. They need to get fat to get to school so they can learn. The water issues over by my house on Brim Street, Lacey Court, Sear Street, Monroe, which, it's been an ongoing problem for 18 and 20 years, and I think now they're doing a water study, so I think it's going to hopefully go in the right direction and fix that problem that affects a lot of people other than just my house. And Chadwick Street, every time you go over there, it's you would stand in water in front of the firehouse, and it's one way in, one way out, and those people don't need that either. So I'd like to see them address that. And luckily, I worked for I did a lot of property lines and easements and utilities, so I feel like that's kind of my expertise. I can help on that. People have a problem, they need to come look and see what they've got going on. I can, help them out in that department maybe. And, if they have a problem, I promise you that 24 to 48 hours, I'll come look at it. I can't promise you I can fix it because getting there said just me, it's all of us. But I like to see it getting taken care of instead of getting drug on different city meetings for months and months at a time. I like to see them get a quick resolution. So, but I just appreciate y'all, and I need your vote on April. I just want to try to leave my part, do my part to the city that I love here, and like John said, leave a little better than the way I found it. So that's all I can ask for. Thank you.
All right, next up, Joan Kelly.
Good afternoon. First, I would like to thank Sherry Henderson and the Desloge Chamber of Commerce for hosting this forum and affording me the time to speak to you today. I am Joan Kelly, and I have lived in Desloge for over 35 years. I have 2 sons, Brian and Richie, 6 grandchildren, and a cat named Shadow. I have recently retired from the North County School District after 31 years, having spent the past 13 years as a secretary to the superintendent and recording secretary for the school board. The city of Desloge has a lot of things to be proud of. We have a wonderful city park, pool, and ball fields that are maintained by Dooley Poley and his team. In the past few years, they have started programs for the public, like the concerts in the park, as well as creating pickleball courts. We have a great street department that I feel does a great job. This past winter, they have done an outstanding job clearing our streets. The terrific Desloge Public Library, which has expanded over the years to include a weekly reading program and Christmas in the Park. Having been part of the library board that organized the first Christmas in the Park, I am ecstatic to see this event continue. We have a great water department led by Paul Pillard, ensuring our drinking water is safe and striving to keep our water bills at a reasonable rate. Our outstanding police department, helmed by Chief Jibo Bullock and his fellow officers, patrolling our streets and helping me and my fellow residents feel safe. And most recently bringing another new business to town with the opening of Aldi. During a recent sitting meeting, Alderman Cruz spoke to the crowd and stated he hoped everyone would take a turn sitting in these chairs as an alderperson. By attending these meetings, I've come to really respect Mr. Cruz, and I took his words to heart. I'm running for alderwoman because I'm proud of our town and want to see it continue to prosper. I hope to help the city enlarge our tax base to the outer road, which I feel the city could work to expand and bring in more business. The city has talked about having a hardware store come in locally so we didn't have to drive to a surrounding town. Working with the changing school boards, I have experience with groups that had diverse backgrounds, working through tough situations and making difficult decisions. I also feel it is important to obtain a wide range of opinions to make the best, most informed decisions, and witnessing the fruits of that work blossom into success. And that is what has brought me here today. I want to take my turn to help my city and my fellow citizens. I hope to earn the trust and votes of the people of Ward 2, to represent them with honesty and integrity, and to help Desloge continue on a path of prosperity. Thank you.
Now for Award 3, Travis Cruz.
I'm not sure about this microphone thing. I like to talk with both hands going. And Joan, full disclosure, Dan Shuntz is in the room, and he's the one who taught me that. Having served as mayor of Leadwood many, many years ago, right? He doesn't want to talk about it. Okay. Greetings, everyone. Appreciate the opportunity to be here today. I appreciate the chamber putting this on, and to Sherry for putting this on. My basic business teacher from we won't talk about that here. I'll just say it worked out. So on Trash Cruz, I've lived in Desloge since 1981 when my parents moved up here from Stratford, Missouri, and my dad went to work for my grandfather at Cruz TV. I still get that sometimes when I tell people who I am, the TV people. Yes, the TV people right here in Desloge. My grandfather owned 2 businesses in Desloge. First, Desloge Appliance back in the 60s, and then Cruz TV in the 80s and 90s. But more than that, most importantly, I'm a proud husband to Leanne and a father to Allison and Alexis. These positions, these jobs, they don't make your legacy. Your kids being decent human beings is what makes your legacy. And my oldest, Allison, is here today. So professionally, I'm the deputy warden at Farmington Correctional Center. I've been in that job I've been an administrator for corrections for 10 years. And I started as a uniformed officer when the salary was less than $19,000 a year. Jibo knows what that's like. And get in law enforcement, you're not going to get rich. I worked my way up, and at one point went back to college. Dan Shuntz, I did squander a music scholarship but we won't talk about that here. But later on, attended Lindenwood University, finished my bachelor's and my master's at Lindenwood in correctional administration. And that's worked out for me too. My grandparents, aunt and uncle, and my parents have all had businesses, rental properties in Desloge. Under the Cruz name, counted for some 100 properties in the city of Desloge, all right here. Community involvement. I've been serving for the last 8.5 years on the Southeast Missouri Family Violence Council. Some of you are aware of that group and what we do here, running these women's shelter in Bonne Terre. Right now we have about 25 women and probably 15 kids escaping domestic violence. Last 2.5 years I've served on as president of that board. Mark your calendars. Shameless plug, Friday, the March 28th, they're having their trivia tournament for fundraiser. I began my service with the city of Desloge as a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission. And when an alderperson in my ward stepped down, had conversations with then Mayor Shaw about filling that position. I did, and the board voted me in. And then I made the crazy decision to run and was elected. And I've enjoyed my time on the board. We've said that, my father-in-law says,
Time.
Smooth seas don't make great sailors. And yeah, that is true. So I'm still committed to working tirelessly for the betterment of our city. And I encourage you to stand with me reach out for any thoughts and concerns. I frequently meet with folks for coffee. That keyboard warriors on Facebook, I reach out to them and say, hey, meet me for coffee. Some of them have taken me up on that. So thank you for your consideration. I look forward to continuing our work together and making Desloge an even better place.
Now, Ronald Kinney.
Hi, good afternoon. This is the first time I've been up here, so again, ask a little bit of grace. I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. I appreciate that. My name's Ron Kinney, as some of you know. I grew up in the area, graduated Central. After Central, I went to the Marine Corps, became an automotive mechanic. After the Marine Corps, just kind of became a customer service representative. Been in the area ever since. Last 14 years, I've been serving people all over the nation, helping with problems, solving their issues, whether it's finances, whether it's just down on the luck, that kind of thing. It's what I do. There's a couple of things I would like to change in the community. First and foremost, I would like to bring more economic development. As somebody said earlier, I believe Mr. Pope said, the East Side definitely needs our attention. I believe we need to bring more businesses here, but all while supporting the same local community businesses that we have. I know a lot of my friends are business owners in the area. They don't want to get pushed out. It's not our intent, but we do want to progress. Something else that's brought up to my attention is the regulation of synthesized marijuana. There is a lot of regulations in the state of Missouri that regulate marijuana for medical and recreation. However, there are some things that fall in the gray area. I would like to propose different things that would put those gray areas out of term so that we have more regulations. Right now, there's a lot of kids, a lot of our youth that are getting into that stuff, and it's not intended for their use, and I would like to bring attention to that. Last thing is fiscal responsibility. I'll be a steward to your hard-earned tax dollars, making sure that it's spent wisely, not on what most would say witch hunts or chasing after, dreams that are for individuals. A couple of people have mentioned we're all here together. It's one board, everybody's voices together. That's where I look at that. I would also like to bring a little bit more community involvement using different platforms so that people in the community that can't make every meeting, their voices are heard as well. I know a lot of times people flock to individuals that show up to the meetings, but not every time are their voices heard. It takes a lot to get up in front of the board and speak. Kind of like today, it takes a lot to get up here and speak in front of a lot of unknown people. And with that, I just appreciate your time. I hope to get your vote April 8th. Appreciate it.
All right, round of applause, please, for all of our board of Aldering Rapadas. And now for our mayor candidates. First up, Pete Pachier.
I want to thank the Chamber and Sherry for hosting the event and everyone for attending. So I'm Pete Pasternak, and it's been my privilege to serve as your mayor for the past 2 years, and I'm asking for your support as I continue moving Desloge forward for another term. My top priority as mayor has always been to serve the residents of Desloge, not politics. I firmly believe in working for you, not for alliances in City Hall. In the past 2 years, Desloge has made significant progress. We've taken meaningful steps to improve public safety by adding a full-time fire chief, securing a ladder truck for the fire department, and upgrading our firehouse. Our police department is stronger, equipping new tools, including a drone that will soon arrive, which is thanks to multiple grants. We've also seen new businesses like Aldi come to Desloge, contributed to our economic growth. We focused on making our city more accessible, where everyone ADA-compliant sidewalks that are coming to Desloge Drive and Oak Street, thanks to MoDOT TAP grants. Desloge Park has new lighting, increasing both safety and usability, and our new street sweeper will keep our streets clean and drains clear. A new resident-friendly program to replace or repair old sidewalks has been introduced, and we've begun a sewer line expansion project on the Eastern Outer Road to open up new business opportunities, which is partially funded with state funds. Additionally, we're modernizing city operations. Our outdated website will soon be upgraded, and meeting agendas are now posted online, increasing transparency and accessibility. Even with all these improvements, I know that there's still work to be done. Numerous residents face drainage issues throughout the city, and we need to find solutions.
One area of progress is that I was able to recently approve an ordinance to conduct an engineering study in the Brent Street area to find out how the issue can be addressed. Something similar needs to be done around the Chadwick Drive and Firehouse area, though. I also recognize public input is crucial for a strong community. This is one area that the city of Desloge as a whole can improve. I'm always supportive of more public input from residents inside City Hall. It has not always been this way. Over the past several years, the Park Board and Street Committee have been eliminated. This board and committee has had residents serving on them, which means less public input after elimination. We need to get back to listening to residents of Desloge and continually taking their input on decisions being made inside City Hall. This is crucial with the $7 million plus budget, over $10 million public funds in the bank. I think one way to improve input would be bringing these boards and committees back and utilizing the city's social media better. While our city is in good financial position, going from approximately $8.1 million to $10 million in 2 years, we need to make sure that growth benefits the residents of Desloge. One issue that stands out to me is the trash being in Desloge.
30 seconds.
This is an issue that I brought to the board back in November 23 that's covered quite a bit in the local media. Desloge passed a sales tax, and 1% sales tax is 76 to cover free trash pickup, and it took countless hours of research. But what I found out, the residents were right. I found in the meeting minutes of March of 76, and before the election, the Board of Aldermen passed a proposal to provide free trash pickup for the residents if they approved the 1% sales tax the following month.
Time.
So from 76 to 2001, almost 45 years, the agreement was honored, and the residents of Desloge were provided with free trash pickup. But in December 21, the Board of Aldermen implemented a $14 mud trash fee on our residents while still collecting 1% sales tax. My position has put me in disagreement with the majority of the board, but I think voters should be deciding this issue, not a few people on the board. I believe the city treasurer position also needs to be filled. The treasurer position is required by city code. This is not optional but mandatory, and at this time, the board has not acted on my request to fill the position despite the requirement. On a positive note, there seems to be some progress. As just last week, new momentum towards the role seemed to happen. So despite the challenges of my first term, I believe in running for something and not against someone. So that's why I'm committed to running a clean, positive campaign focused on solutions, not division. I've made a priority to be accessible to you, answering the phone, stopping by the chat, and addressing your concerns. I'm excited about the progress we made, and I'm eager to continue working with you to make Desloge an even better place to live. I'm asking for your vote on April 8th so we can continue this progress together. Thank you for your time and for your support.
Bob Monks.
Hello, I'm Bob Monks, a local businessman, and I'm honored to be running for mayor of Desloge. I love this city. That's where we raise our families, build our businesses, and create strong community. As we look toward the future, I believe we need leadership that focuses on solutions, unity, and smart growth. Leadership that works for the people of Desloge. If elected, my approach will be simple. Work together, plan ahead, and make decisions that benefit our entire community. This starts with strong partnership between the mayor, the Board of Aldermen, our city leaders, and every department that keeps Desloge running smoothly. Good leadership means listening, respecting different perspectives, and making choices that reflect the best interests of our residents. I'm committed to working hand in hand with the Board of Aldermen to ensure our city government operates efficiently and effectively. Another priority is strengthening our infrastructures to promote business development and community growth. Desloge has great potential and we need to plan for the future. That means investing in our roadways, utilities, public services, and attract new businesses while supporting the local businesses that have been the backbone of our economy. When businesses succeed, our community thrives. At the same time, we must ensure that our city departments have the resources and leaderships they need to serve our residents. Every department, public works, police, fire, parks and rec, and water, all play a vital role in making Desloge a great place to live. As mayor, I will work closely with each of them to ensure we are running efficiently and responsibly. My leadership will be based upon my success and business experience, focusing on communication, collaboration, and common sense. I will always be open to new ideas, listen to concerns, and make decisions based on what's best for our community, not politics. Desloge is growing, and we have an incredible opportunity to shape the future in a way that benefits each and every one of us. With strong leadership, smart planning, and a commitment of working together, we can continue building a city that families and businesses are proud to call home. I ask for your support, your trust, and your vote. Unity is the key to success. Let's work together to make Desloge stronger, smarter, and ready for the future. Thank you, and I look forward to serving you.
All right. You just finished clapping. Let's have a round of applause for our mayor candidates and all of our candidates tonight.
Farmington, Missouri, your destination for a perfect weekend getaway. Dine in at one of our quality restaurants or visit one of our surrounding wineries. Farmington offers a variety of parks and other recreational leisure time activities. See some sights, have some fun, and go wherever your heart takes you. Sounds like a lot of fun, so get a room and stay a while. All this and more awaits you just 60 miles south of St. Louis. Discover Farmington today.
Here is our music segment. This is my favorite segment, Mark. We should probably put this at the beginning of the podcast instead of the end.
Well, we got to have people give them a reason to hang around.
I guess that's true. That's why we put it at the end, and we give you a song and an album we like, and then we've kind of started doing these song and artist themes, which I'm really digging on. We're going to talk some color with you in just a little bit. But song recommendations, and I'm starting to worry about us. We're picking the same songs now.
We have good taste.
I guess that's true. Who's your song of the week this week?
Well, mine's going to be Manfred Mann and For You, which is a great tune. It's a cover of a Bruce Springsteen song. And the reason I picked that out, other than the fact that it's a great song, is it's like one of like 4 or 5 Bruce Springsteen songs that they covered in their career. I didn't realize that he also had done, I knew he did Blinded by the Lights.
Right.
And The Spirits in the Night, which are the two most well-known. But he also did a version of Dancing in the Dark, did Manfred Mann.
Oh, really?
Didn't know that.
I
Didn't
know.
know that. So if you're going to copy anybody's songs, it might as well be Bruce Springsteen, and For You is a great one.
And then also, too, the Greg Kihn Band covered For You, too. I saw that in that same place where I was looking for that information.
Greg Kihn Band.
Yeah.
There's a couple of hit wonder right there.
Yeah, too.
I Lost at Jeopardy.
Baby.
And then my album goes back to the days of my youth. I was just a teenager. This is a group called Angel. If you like glam rock of the 70s, this would be the group to check out. The name of the song is Tower, which they still play on progressive rock and roll stations quite regularly because it's a really good tune. There's another song on this one called Rock and Rollers, which is pretty good. But it is like one of the very first glam bands that you will ever hear. Heavy use of the synthesizer and great guitar work. Check it out. Angel.
Cool.
Tower.
Very, very cool. That's awesome. All right. So since we couldn't do the same song, I went with actually
I like your song maybe better.
It's a pretty good one. There was a Canadian rock band called the Stampeders, and I'm pretty sure they fit that one-hit wonder title pretty well. And they had the 1971 song Sweet City Woman. I don't know why. I've always just dug that tune.
Great tune.
It is. And let's see, did they have anything else after that? No.
That was pretty much it.
That was pretty much it. Hey, it was a #1 in Canada. And
in Canada? Is that a new country?
Yeah. And then top 10 in the U.S.
In
as
America,
well.
yeah.
In America. And then it looks like it was number 32 in Australia. Yeah. So,
you can tell we're recording this on a cold morning.
Sweet City Woman by the Stampeders. Check it out. All right. For the album, I guess this is timely in a bad way, but Dolly Parton's longtime husband passed away this week. What was his name? His name escapes me right now, but I mean, they were married for like over 50 years.
Yeah, long time.
Long time. Did you know if he was with Dolly when she came to Farmington for Country Days?
He was not with her.
Okay.
He stayed at home. He was very much a stay-at-home guy.
Yeah, but before they got together, apparently Dolly Parton and Porter Wagner had a thing.
But it wasn't physical. You asked Dolly, she says it wasn't physical.
Okay, so you say that, but let me go over the names of these songs, Mark, and you tell me.
I know.
The first song on Once More, Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton, is I Know You're Married, But I Love You Still. That's the name of the song.
Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Every interview you'll ever hear with Dolly, she denies totally.
Oh, yeah, no.
A lot of mental relationships, but nothing physical.
Yeah, but then there's another one called Before Our Weakness Gets Too Strong, Let's Live for Tonight, and One Day at a Time. So anyways, I don't know. I've never listened to this album, but it's in my collection. I've inherited it, and it's Dolly Parton and Porter Wagner. Once More. Your album of the week. And then last thing we've been doing this was a great idea that you had different themes for some different music. And let's see, this week's theme is songs with colors in the title. Who you got?
Well, I'm looking up my list here. Hold on one second here. I got several that I was able to post, but I got it all covered up with my trivia things.
Right, and you had a lot of good trivia questions this week, too.
All right, I've got.
Ooh.
I think we have some of the same ones. Red from Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
Nights in White Satin from the Moody Blues. Blue Bayou from Linda Ronstadt. AC/DC, Back in Black. Tangled Up in Blue from Bob Dylan. One of my favorite songs, Green Eyed Lady from Sugarloaf. Ruby Tuesday from the Rolling Stones, and Black Magic Woman.
I went with Purple Haze from the lovely and talented Jimi Hendrix. Always such a great riff. I looked at Nights in White Satin, but I decided to go with Whiter Shade of Pale for that color. Procol Harum, the organ on that song.
Great song.
It's just unbelievable. Mr. Blue Sky, ELO, that's like a family favorite. We all love that tune. Golden Slumbers, just because I had to get the Beatles in there somewhere. Pink Triangle from Weezer. You down with that tune?
Weezer.
That
I've
was
got
on
a
the
Weezer's
Pinkerton
album at home.
Yeah. Black Dog from Led Zeppelin, one of my
They
favorite.
don't mention Black Dog anywhere in that song, by the way.
I know,
they
right?
They just had to come up with the title, and they chose Black Dog.
Yeah, it works.
Because there was a black dog. I saw this on a TV show. There was a black dog hanging out with him as a black lab. Or maybe one of the guys in the group had a black lab, so let's just name it Black Dog. So that's why they named the song that.
They didn't put much thought into a lot, and that's okay. You mentioned Red from Sammy Hagar. Yellow from Coldplay, their first tune to hit was just simply Yellow. And awesome instrumental, Green Onions, Booker T and the MGs.
Booker T. Can't go wrong with Booker T.
Absolutely. So there you go. Those are your songs with colors. Who's going to be talking to us next time we talk on podcast?
Kristen White's going to join us from Discover Farmington. They've got a lot of things coming up this year. Going to be a fun spring, summer, and fall, and she's going to tell us about some of those great events.
Now, you've got a bunch of other people lined up for future events, too. I know we have... we're going to talk about Autos for Autism coming up pretty soon.
We've got that coming up. Joanna Watts is going to be joining us from CASA of the Parkland. MAC President Dr. Joe Gilgore. Ken Sism's going to be joining us. Jack and Elizabeth Poston. Earl Mullins from the Space Museum. We've got a full schedule of interviews over the next month and a half.
So keep checking this out every week. And again, thanks so much for liking, subscribing, downloading, doing what you do. Have a great week.
And thanks to Stacey Easter for joining us again today.
Have a great week. We will see you next week.